Hello everyone, my name's Gemma. Welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to do a little run through of a full body sequence for Pilates. It's all levels, anybody can do it. Just remember, if anything doesn't feel right, you just leave it out, okay? Yeah, so we're going to be staying at like level 1 and level 2. If you're a little bit more advanced and you know the moves that we're doing, you can add a little bit more challenge to them if you wish, by taking them up to a higher level. But if not, you're just following along with me. Sometimes it's nice to get a feel for the basics. Okay, so we're gonna start in a seated position. Okay, so if you're finding it hard to sit up tall, right, what I want you to do is bend your knees a little bit, okay? So I've done a lot of working out lately. I might have to sit with my knees a little bit bent, but that's all right. All right, so if your legs are straight and you're all the way back here, right, that's your cue to bend the knees. All right, so we're gonna start with our spine stretch forward. So what I want you to do is reach over a big tall beach ball and then scoop in underneath. Restack the spine back up. We're gonna match our breath to the movement. So we're going inhale, exhale, restack everything back up. Inhale and exhale. We're doing 2 more here. And last one. Okay, for this next one, we're crossing our arms across our chest, and we're just going to twist from one side of the room to the other, spiraling up nice and tall. All right, if your feet are moving, all right, I want you to sit up out of your hips a little more. And last one each side. All right, so from here, we're going to take ourselves into our saw. So I want you to twist towards one leg, baby finger to baby toe. The other hand is coming up behind you. And then uncurl, untwist. All right, and then reach to the other side. And lift, okay? My joints are made of cement. My flexibility is not great. But Pilates is a practice. We practice it so we get better. We keep the mobility we have and we add to it. Okay, so that's the goal. And last one. Okay, we're back in the middle. Okay, we're going to step our feet back in to about hip distance apart, nice and close. We're going to bring our hands just behind us. Pinch your shoulder blades back. Okay, keep looking at your knees, and from here we're going to press through all 4 corners of our feet. We're going to lift our hips up as high as we can. Keep looking at your knees, and then we're back down. All right, so these are just our little tables, and back down. Okay, if you're really struggling with your fingers facing towards your bum, you can turn them out to the side. Okay, I find that a little bit more challenging. Just play around with the hand position, find one that works for you. And last one. All right, we're gonna sit ourselves up, give yourself a hug, and just rock from side to side. All right, so we're gonna make our way down onto our back, and we're going to go into our 1/200 with scissors legs. So we're going to bring ourselves down onto the mat. All right, just find your Pilates base position, okay? So your feet are flat on the floor, your heels are not too close, not too far away. They're just in that little sweet spot in between, okay? Feet and knees are about hip distance apart. And then we've got our nice neutral spine, so your back isn't completely arched away from the floor. It's not gripping down, pressing down into the mat either. It's just that nice natural curve of the low back. Okay, reach your fingertips long from here. We're going head, neck and shoulders. Reach up and back down. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Okay, we're going to add a leg lift into this little 100 crunch. So we're lifting up, reaching your fingertips long, and knee comes up as well. Exhale on the effort. Inhale to bring yourself back down. Now, if it's for you, we're going to reach up. We're going to keep our head, neck and shoulders off the mat. Reach even longer. We're going to float one leg up into tabletop. Float a second leg up if you can. All right, we're going to start to pump our arms here. Inhale for 10. Exhale for 10 arm pumps. If you want more of a challenge, you can slide the legs away to 45 degrees or bring them a little lower. Or bring them back to tabletop. If you're finding that you're straining through the front of your neck, you just bring your head, neck and shoulders back down to the floor. Whichever position that you have chosen, stay there for another 4 breaths. Last breath here. And bring your knees into your chest. Just rock gently from side to side. Step your feet down onto the mat. All right, from here, we're going to go into our shoulder bridge. So hands are down by your side. Really press your palms into the floor. All right, so we're going to start with a little pelvic tuck. You're just flattening your low back into the mat and then arching the back away. So it's a tiny little movement to begin. If you've got anything in behind your head, just take it away now. We just want to make sure that we have a full range of movement and we're not compressing the neck in any way. All right, we're going to start to make this movement a little bit bigger. We're going to lift our tailbone off the floor, just traveling up to the base of your ribs and rolling back down. And roll up to about the middle of your ribs and back down. And then we're going to roll to the tip of our shoulder blades, the bottom edge of the shoulder blades, lifting our hips up nice and high. And then we're going to roll back down. So you might find that the back of your legs, your hamstrings, are starting to fire up a little bit, right? What I want you to do in that case is really squeeze your butt cheeks together, okay? So we're going to lift. Just make sure that everything is working. And you're just not hanging out on your hamstrings here. You want to make sure that you're lifting your hips up nice and high and you're really using these big muscles in your glutes to bring yourself up and keep your hips level. We're going to do one more. And then we're going to roll back down, right? So from here, I want you to interlace your fingers. We're going to bring our hands behind our head, right? From here. Just let your head hang heavy in your hands. Just find that kind of sweet spot where you're not pushing your chin up to the ceiling. You're just nice alignment. Elbows are nice and wide here. Inhale to prepare. We're going to exhale, crunch up. Same as before, exhale on the effort. Inhale to bring yourself back down. Now, when you're doing this movement, I want you to think about lowest rib going to hip bone. All right. If you're feeling this a little bit too much through your neck, all right, just push your tongue up into the roof of your mouth. That might help relax your neck muscles. All right, we're going to start to add on here. So we're going to lift up. We're going to lift one knee, going opposite elbow to opposite knee and back down. We're doing our crisscross here. We're going straight to the other side. And back down. And lift. Super slow and controlled. Now, if you want to progress this movement, you're going to look up to the ceiling, float one leg at a time up into tabletop. All right, connect into your core. We're going opposite elbow to opposite knee as the other leg stretches long. And we're going for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, from here, we're bringing our knees into our chest. Just rock gently from side to side. And then from here, we can window wiper our knees from one side of the mat to the other, as long as there's not a big reformer in the way. All right, we're going to flip ourselves over and take ourselves into our swimming. So we're down on our mat. Our arms are long and legs are long. Your nose is just hovering off the mat. All right, rather than sticking your bum up into the air, I want you to curl your tailbone in underneath you. All right, find that nice lengthened spine. Inhale to begin. Exhale, we're going to float one arm and leg off the floor, making sure that it's opposite arm and leg. Now, if you want to progress this movement, lift all 4 limbs off the floor, and we're going to start swimming here. See if you can lift a little higher. It's challenging, I know. We're going for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your hands directly underneath your shoulders. Push yourself up. Sit back onto your heels and just relax into the stretch. Okay, so we're going to go into a kind of load-bearing exercise for our wrists. If your wrists are a little bit tender, you can leave this one out, but try and come back to it. Try and see if you can challenge your wrists, because it's really important to strengthen them, because if you fall, first thing that goes onto the mat or onto the floor is your hands. And we want bruises, not breaks, okay? So ideally we wouldn't be falling at all, but sometimes it happens. Trips, slips and falls happen. All right, so hands directly underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes in underneath you. Belly button draws in towards your spine here. All right, from here, I want you to imagine there's a big hook in underneath your belly button, and you're just going to hover your knees away from the floor and tap back down. Lift and lower. That's it. We're going to keep going with that. And release down to the mat. Take yourself up. Just give your wrists a little shake out here. the sun is coming directly in through the windows. So if I go up too tall, I get blinded. That's why it's so dark in here right now. Right, so our next bit of work, we're gonna hold that hover. If the hover was enough for you, you just keep it there. Then we're gonna add on a little one-legged mountain climber, okay? So we're gonna take ourselves up, find that kind of hovered position, knees just hovering off the floor. All right, from here, we're gonna draw one knee in and send it out. Bring the knees down, restack everything back up. All right, I get ready and we're going straight to the other side. So we're lifting up, hold it up, knee in. Bring it down, take yourself off your wrists and just give them a little shake out. All right. So we're going to go down into a side lying position. All right. So we'll line ourselves up with the back of our mat. You can either have your head on your upper arm or head on your hand, okay, whichever one feels better. So we're going to float that top leg up to about hip height and we're just going to kick forward and back. All right, from here, we're going to bring our knee in, bicycle kick around. Try and bring the knee behind you as far as you can and bring it in. And last one. And then we're reversing it, taking it back. Last one. And then bring the leg down, give it a little tap out. We're going to bring ourselves up, take yourself over and find that little side bend. Hand goes down, stretch in the opposite direction. All right, we're going to spin ourselves around. All right, same setup as before. If you did head on your upper arm before, you can do that again on this side or head on your hand. All right, float that top leg up. We're going to kick forward and back. Try not to let the torso swing forward and back as you go. All right, and then from here, we're going to draw the knee in, flex the foot, bring it back, and circle around. And then from here, we're going to reverse, take it back. Woo. Last one. Ooh. And bring the leg down in front of you. Give your butt a little tap out. And then we're going to sit up into our mermaid stretch here. So holding on to that top ankle. Lift and lengthen. Hand goes down. Stretch in the opposite direction. All right. So we're going to bring ourselves around into our seated position. Feet flat on the floor. Okay, hands away. And from here, we're going to do a tiny little tuck of our tailbone in underneath us, but then we're going to bring ourselves back. Okay, and exhale to come up. Inhale, go back. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. On this next one, we're going to hold ourselves back if we can. Okay, from here, we're going to lift one leg up, tap it back down, lift the other leg up, tap it back down. Just marching out. Connect your arms into your back. That's it. And then from here, if you can, float one leg at a time up into our little half teaser, and we're going to hold it here, our kind of boater position. The earthquake has started. I don't know, maybe it hasn't for you. It definitely has for me. Hold it, keep breathing. 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to bring ourselves down all the way into a full body stretch. And go up overhead. All right, draw one knee in towards your chest, hold it here. And then from here, just gently guide your knee across your body. Doesn't have to go all the way to the mat. Try and keep both shoulders on the floor. You can rest your foot on the mat if you want. And then gently bring it back in and release the leg back down to the floor. All right, we're going to the other side, so knee in first. And take the leg across the body here. Same thing. Oop. My reformer's in the way. All right, we're going to finish off with some cat-cow. So gently take yourself up into that all fours position. Hands directly underneath the shoulders, knees. You can bring your toes together and your knees wide if you want. And then from here, we're just going to round the spine. Drop the belly button, lift the eyes. And then if you want, you can go into a traveling cat-cow. So you can bring your hands a little bit further forwards. All right, we're going to round the spine. Come forwards, let your hips drop, toes lift or feet lift. Just try and drop your hips as low as you can. Lift your eyes to the ceiling. And then we're going to send our hips back and then sit all the way down on the side. So if you can hold it here. And then we're going to travel forward with a nice rounded spine. Let the feet lift off the mat. And lift your eyes. Drop the hips as low as you can. And send it back. Right. And then from here, we'll just hold it. Take a nice deep breath. Feel the back expand apart. And just melt into that stretch in the exhale one more time. And you're done, nice and quick today. Okay, thank you for coming. Hit the like button, hit subscribe because you want to stay up to date with all of these classes. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.